gentlemen. Royal Highness Erelu Dr. Dosumu. I want to specially recognize the presence of the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, a man of great and powerful achievements. Thank you for coming. We also want to recognize the presence of Her Excellency, the First Lady of Kwara State, and also the Chairperson, Nigeria Governors Spouses Forum, Ambassador Professor Olufolake Abdulrazak. We're going to start with the opening prayer now, and to take us through the opening prayer, it gives me great joy to invite to the stage no other person but Reverend Sister Agnes Adepoju to take the opening prayer. Please, can we clap our hands for Reverend Sister Agnes Adepoju as she takes the stage?
I think it deserves all of the applause and all of the recognition. Baba will continue to see you. God will continue to grant you wisdom, give you long life, good health, a sound mind, and all of the creative wisdom you have, that you continue to lead all of us. Through him, let me acknowledge very warmly our mother, the celebrant of today, who means so many things to so many people. And I'm sure today we've seen a demonstration of that here this evening. Her Royal Majesty Erelu Dosumu, Erelu Kuti the fourth of Lagos. Through you, ma, acknowledge all our first ladies, of course, including my darling wife. Acknowledge each and every one of you. Thank you very much for coming to grace this event. Excellency, Madam Deputy Governor, and all our traditional institutions, our royal fathers, because she has corrected me that they are also royal mothers. All of you are adequately acknowledged and recognized. I think the MCs have done all of that. men that have served the country in pool, but very historic events, very memorable, and I'm sure one for a very long time. It will be difficult for anyone to hit or to meet or attempt to surpass the history that we're putting together here today. And if we don't understand the full import of what it is, they've described it in different ways. But I said that if a 27-year-old young lady, a 27-year-old, so we can actually put it in context now. A 27-year-old young lady, 50 years ago, could attain, could be identified, could be so crowned as the fourth Erelu Kuti of the whole of Lagos 50 years ago. I think it speaks a whole lot to who she was then, who she is now, and what they saw then to have given. I think they deserve a big round of applause. Of Lagos, because let's put the story right too. Lagos has been in existence before Nigeria. Nigeria came to being in 1914, but the colony of Lagos has been in existence way before that. And so an history that has over 100 years before then, to have looked around and bestowed to a 27-year-old beautiful, young, outstanding, gracious Lagosian at that time, I think we cannot celebrate her enough. But for me, standing here very humbly as your governor, she is a reflection of the best that Lagos continue to give our country. She is the best in stock for, and you can clap, because this is Lagos we're celebrating now. Yes, I know that she's also from the source, and Dioni is not here yet, so I can as well take all of the applause. And Kabiyesi, Yolowo, Emma Binu, this is Lagos, and this is how we do it. And there is no 2-1. We don't say welcome, we say this is Lagos. For her to have been the best and the shining light that threw her out 50 years ago, you can agree with me that it was a wise choice, it was an appropriate choice, it was a choice that has kept history, for 50 years, you know, in tandem. And we want to thank you very much, ma'am. We want to thank you for what you have turned that position into, how you have used your stool, your royalty, to define and to demonstrate the cultural essence of Lagos, of Yoruba land, of Africa. Continually, you see her anywhere, in whatever part of the world. Since she got crowned, she continues to embody that cultural attire, that cultural essence, understanding what richness of the culture we have. Some of us are even still struggling to keep our peace with that. But for 50 years, she has kept faith with it. She has demonstrated it. She has shown us what it is, not only being cultural, but speaking, you know, to royalty and holding forth for 50 years. Auntie, God will continue to gracefully give you all you need to continue to carry this lofty position. We are proud of you. You are one of the very best that we have in Lagos, and you have continually demonstrated that for us. For 50 years, you have kept this position with the highest level of dignity, with honor that is deserving. In fact, we know that you've created a big shoe, but God will still give you long life, will still give you good health to continue, you know, to hold on to this. And so the message is really not for her today. It's for all of us that are coming behind her, because she is continuing to play her path. You know, how well have we used her story to tell our individual stories? How well have we used what she has been to tell our individual story? And that's why I will not lose the opportunity to speak to the youth and the young people today. That it's not about what you have today. It's about who you will be 40, 50 years from today. And so what you cannot stand for in your 20, in your 30, in your early, whatever age it is, and project and say that how will people view me 40, 50 years from today? Think about it twice. Because 27 years or 50 years ago when she was 27, she couldn't have imagined what life holds ahead for her. And we all can reflect and see that for 50 years, she has kept faith. She has demonstrated, you know, that it was a wise choice.
It was a proper choice, and she has shown all of us, generations that have come behind you, that you have kept faith with our tradition. You have kept faith with the dignity of the office. You have kept faith with the historical relevance that the Erelu Kuti has in the history of Lagos. We want to thank you very much. We want to thank you, and everybody has spoken, that we have used you as a point of contact to all of our aunties and sisters. All of them have grown to be first ladies here. All of them have grown to be captains of industry here. All of them have grown to be individual people that have learned so much from it. Each time a trip, a band comes up, you tell me this is the person that threw in this band. Another person comes up, you tell me this is the contribution. It's because of how well you have trained all of them and how well they have watched you and the embodiment of simplicity, humility that you have passed on and you have shown. That's why, they are all showing it and giving you love today. And so for me, it's for us to continue to thank God for our life, to continue to reflect and say that if she can do it over 50 years, then we don't have an excuse. We don't have any reason not to ensure that we take it off from where she is and we make it better. Our tradition, our culture, our historic heritage, our fashion, that has also been displayed here. Our fashion, everything that we're about is outstanding. Please, let's keep it up. Let's hold on to it because we don't have any other place. Nobody will teach us our history better than ourselves. Nobody will teach us our culture, our tradition better than ourselves. And it's only when we preserve them, we hold them, that the entire world can indeed, be part of it. I want to thank you on behalf of the people and government of Lagos State. I want to thank you on behalf of the entire traditional institution of Lagos State. I want to thank you on behalf of all of our cultural heritage that Erelu, Abiola, Dosumu, the Erelu fourth, you have shown us class, you have shown us relevance, you have shown us dignity, and God will continue to honor you. God will continue to give you long life. At 77, you'll be 80, you'll be 85, you'll be 90, you'll be 100. Thereafter, you and your God can begin to speak when you're 100 and above. That how long do you still want to take it? But we know that you'll be, ageless. Even when you get there, you'll still be this radiant. You'll still be this outstanding and in good health and in sound mind. We're proud of you. We'll continue to emulate your good spirit. We'll continue to use you as a point of contact for all of our young men and women that are coming behind you. And I think Her Excellency Ms. Fahimi said it very well, to ensure that, and that's what we preach in our government too, we create a space for our female because they are equal in everything that we stand for. It's not to imagine that our women are any less as important as we are, and to ensure that that is reflected here today, that the diversity that you bring, the historical, cultural, diversity that you have brought to bear will continue to stand well for you. Thank you all very much for being part of this history. I hope to see you when she's celebrating 60. I'll be far retired as a governor then, but I hope to see you when she's celebrating 60 and when she's 87 in 10 years' time, in a better atmosphere than we have today. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We all know that Erelu Dosumu is passionate about fashion, and over the years they've creatively worked on some direct collection, and it is this moment that Erelu will be leading our esteemed dignitaries on stage to the Adire Center, where they are going to have a look at the amazing collection we have in stock. Please, it's a very small space, so we'll only be able to accommodate our